Good morning. It is 8:17 a.m. on Saturday, May 16th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Um, Rocket's nickname au courant is Zumi LeFou. He's a very silly boy who did not want me to sleep in any later. Which, I mean, from his perspective, I get it. So, hard to blame him too much. Um, but yeah, I'm sleepy. I could have slept more for sure. Um, but I was gonna say something. Oh, that's right. I was gonna talk about. I had a couple people join a Zoom meeting yesterday, and I shared my screen, and we all watched Mad Max Fury Road together as kind of an experiment in doing these, watch party ideas. I know Netflix has a version that they do as well, and I think oh, I'm getting mask pimples. I think where I think it was definitely a worthwhile experience. It took a little while to get the sound settings all good so that uh, everyone could hear each other and hear the movie in a meaningful way. I had to turn off some of Zoom's automatic AI algorithms that adjust the sound quality to remove background noise and so on, because otherwise it was cutting out a lot of the movie sound. And just balancing the volume was a little tricky. And then my understanding is that because I was the one originally streaming the movie and sharing my screen, it looked fine for me, but I think the others um, were getting like a reduced quality of the movie, which is not optimal. I don't know. I haven't tried the Netflix version, but I think probably the Netflix version does actually stream out to everybody using their own connection, and so there's probably there's a little bit less compression going that way. So I don't know if that would be better. So I don't know. We might try that for our next time. But overall, it was pretty satisfying. A little finicky, but it was nice. Those of you who don't know, back in the day, I used to do a podcast called "Hey, Want to Watch a Movie," where kind of the idea was, it's a bunch of people all kind of watching a movie together, and we would make sort of commentaries. It's a little bit like Riff Tracks or MST3K, except that we're not just trying to go for a joke a minute. We're just replicating the experience of having a bunch of friends sitting on a couch watching a movie, and that's even harder to do these days. So it felt like returning to that was appropriate. We didn't record this one, so that's not happening or anything, but it was just for fun, and it was a lot of fun. I encourage you to give that a try because it really did scratch an itch for me, so to speak. Because, obviously, when we're all home, we're watching a lot of content probably, and that's good, but I miss sharing it with other people. It's nice. Uh, Weather today out my window is gorgeous. Now, yesterday actually got too hot, in my opinion. I'm not ready for it to be 80 degrees yet. Now, obviously, I know there are parts of you in different parts of the country where you're like, 80 degrees? Why, we've been getting 103 ever since March. And I'm like, yeah, but I wouldn't want to live there either. I like it here, but I also don't want it to be 80 yet. That's just my take on the subject. And I think it's a little too hot for Rocket too. He doesn't have his summer coat all come in yet. He's still kind of blowing the winter coat or his puppy coat, or I don't know. He's still very fluffy. Is my point. It'll get a little bit sleeker as the weather gets warmer. But that's how it goes. So just looking forward to the weekend. I was glad to finish up the another week where I had to go into the office and do clean room stuff every day. And again, the I think the week went relatively well. Like thing, it was much more within the range of what I would expect this last week, as opposed to the previous time where it just felt like everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and then some other things that felt really even unlikely that they could go wrong. So, but did nonetheless. But that's how it goes sometimes. So better in that it was sort of an ordinary, like, well, not as good as I would have hoped, but not as bad as I feared, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to leave it there, and I will talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes. And maybe see if I can get some more sleep.